Pakistan economy is in great difficulty. It has very low reserves. And Prime Minister of Pakistan, the newly elected Prime Minister, Mr. Imran Khan, has made various promises. Will he be able to keep it? Let's talk on both the matters to Aftab Siddiqui, who is an economic and political expert and lives in London. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Siddiqui. Could you tell me what are the challenges first in front of Pakistan economy?
I think Pakistani economy faces dire consequences. There is no denial about it. Situation is that the reserves are very low. And in this situation, when the new government comes in, I think their first port of call is to approach IMF for a new package. And many countries go through that process. The United Kingdom has several IMF packages in the past through, when they were in difficulty. So I think they should approach IMF. And after that, what Imran Khan has to do is to sort of, set up his agenda to reduce corruption and criminality in politics. What that would do is that would increase confidence among expatriate Pakistanis in Pakistan, and that would help boost investments in Pakistan, both in terms of remittances going back to Pakistan from expat Pakistanis, and secondly, investments in real assets from Pakistanis into Pakistan. Expat Pakistani is the biggest source of revenue, immediate revenue available to the Pakistani economy. Secondly, also we have to see is that over the years, the CPAC has been developing. CPAC is a project where it has established itself as a viable project where Chinese investors has come in and invested in Pakistan. That's a proof of concept that Pakistani economy can deliver. I think taking that forward, Imran has to open the economy to other investors also and diversify the source of investment into Pakistan. It's a long-term project, but that would help Pakistan sort of on a long-term basis to attract more and diversified sources of investment and base the economy on solid grounds.
Okay, but he has already made very short-term, quick remedies and has given a timeline to himself. Do you think that would work?
I think in terms of timelines, situation of a third world country like Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, all these countries face very difficult economic situation. So probably delivering on a very short term, program for, if you were to say 90 days notice and turning around the economy, that's not possible. He doesn't have a magic wand. He doesn't have an unlimited supply of money. What he has is to give confidence to the people and take measures which increase confidence in Pakistan economy. I think that's what he has to do, and he has to do that in terms of first 90 days. If we can establish that basis that the Pakistan is a viable economy and the expatriate Pakistanis could be attracted to Pakistan, that would give him a boost initially to raise his profile as a viable economic manager.
Okay. How confident are you of Imran Khan of doing all this?
I think in terms of confidence level, he's a new kid on the block, basically. He is not a scarier politician. He's tend to sort of, say what he thinks and does not sort of, muddles his word. So those are the things which are positive. He doesn't bring the baggage of a typical political kind of, personality which we see in the third world countries. And I think that's refreshing. But that also, on the other side, could be very dangerous also in terms of not having a long-term perspective of what's happening. So I think it's for Pakistanis like me and many others, it's the dawn of a new era. So we have got great hopes that he will deliver. Like expat Pakistanis would help him to deliver, and we are hoping that the rest of the world comes around, sort of as India, US, Russia, and other countries come around and help Pakistan lift out of a situation where Pakistan is in for last 17 years in a state of war. You've got Afghanistan next door, which is perpetually in a state of war. It's like a house on fire next door. Yes. So if that's the case, Pakistan suffers from that. So I think we have to think a little bit more on a regional basis and try to sort of have better relationship among the regional countries and move from a position where we can trust each other. But I think he can do that. So if you were to ask me a single question, yes, we have hope in him.
We have hope in him, definitely. So do you have hope in him doing bettering the relationships with India?
I think there are all signs, because the battling with the relationship with India, it's a two-way process, Lavina. I think a couple of months back, even the chief of army staff even sort of came out and invited India for dialogue and even to participate in CPAC, which is the biggest economic program in the world at the moment. So I think that is it. And then the conversation between him and Prime Minister Narendra Modi after the election of Imran Khan is a positive sign. I think both the countries have to come to a mutual understanding that they sit on a huge resources of human capital, and that human capital is not being developed to its ultimate kind of potential just because of this acrimonious relationship between the two countries.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mr. Siddiqui. That is Mr. Siddiqui, who is an economic and political analyst of Pakistan, South Asia rather, who lives in London, tells us that he has hope, and a lot of people have hope in Imran Khan. He might be a new kid on the block, but he doesn't come with the political baggage. Lots needs to be done as far as the economy is concerned. Possibly first step would be to approach the IMF, but this will be an interesting space to watch out for. Lavina Tandon for India Today.